if Virat Kohli gets to around 74, 76, something like that, no matter what am I doing, am I having a fucking threesome? I will drop it and I'll call Bikram. We're gonna do a live fucking podcast and laugh when he gets out of 97, right on the podcast. All right, I am Johnny and Joe's bastard son. Son, maybe I don't have to have gender, but I'm still gonna have gender. This is Bikram, still the same old Bikram. Rahane is ex-agent, but he will probably be employed again. We'll talk about it. What we talking about Rahane, he might make a comeback. But this is my moment, and I wanna fucking stick it up to all my countrymen because I told you so. Put the graphic right here, hopefully. I told you so. England will come back and thrash. 4 times on the trot, they've done it. They've done it not 3 times to the world champion New Zealand and 1 time to the world championship losers India. And nobody saw it coming, except I think everybody saw it coming. We just didn't want to accept it. Accepting bashing. Because accepting bashing. We have only one player who played like England. I would have never said something like this ever because we always compare to Australians, right? But we only have Rishabh Pant who played like the English. Everybody else played like Indians. Virat Kohli was so angry. Right now, if anybody I'm meeting, I'm saying, where are you from, mate? I'm saying, I'm from Yorkshire. I'm just also trying to speak like Johnny Best. Okay, Johnny West and try to become all ginger hair and become like super white and say like I'm from Yorkshire. And I have like pictures, tampered with Joe Root and Johnny West. So I'm saying everywhere, drinking beer tonight because it's gonna have a very quiet night. These guys, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a quiet night. It's not gonna be very quiet. I am pretty sure, hopefully, that their captain doesn't get into trouble like he did like a few years ago in a brawl, right? Somewhere in I think I wasn't in London, but okay, I gotta ask you a few questions. Also, I want to let people know Djokovic lost the first 2 sets against some guy who looked very skinny and very tiny. He was from Italy. His name is Sinner. His last name is Sinner. He is a sinner. But then he came back and he thrashed him. Eventually, it was easy.
That happens.
Nick Kyrgios has been absolute box office in this Wimbledon. Every match, every press conference is getting like millions of hits. He is just box office. I think he deserves a podcast from us. I think we can actually do one podcast for Nick Kyrgios, and you love Nadal anyway. Now, I want to ask you, and I'm blaming this thing. I said it at the beginning. People were like, "Oh, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Bumrah is doing well," and he was doing very well. He bowled very well. He batted. He created a world record against the guy who loves world records being created against him for the worst thing ever. And he made 35 runs off his bowling as well. But now, as I said earlier, Bumrah was not ready for the captaincy. The captaincy comes through not when you're not under pressure, it's when you're under pressure, when the chips are down or when the crunch moments are there. So I'm not even sure the chips were down at first on the 4th day. In fact, there was a crunch moment, and then because captaincy did not work out, batting did not work out, then the chips were down, and then we saw that Bumrah's captaincy was no good. Obviously, you will point out that same thing happened with Virat Kohli as well in South Africa in the last 2 matches, where they chased down pretty easily, 300 plus totals or something like that, and they also had lost around 3 wickets, exactly identical to what England's done. So do you think would have made any difference if somebody else was the captain? And you said nobody else could have been the captain, but Virat Kohli could still have been the captain if you remove the politics. So, yeah.
I don't think so because Virat Kohli was literally there, right? So if things were not going right, he he could have done something, changed something. But yeah, I think I mean these things make a difference, right? Going into the test match one day before, you still don't know who is your captain, and this has been happening from a long time. KL Rahul gets injured, uh, Rohit Sharma gets injured, so obviously there would be some issues because of that. Because if you have a settled team, if you have a settled leadership group, as they say in cricket, then you make plans for everything. You have backup plans. You have things, and we have seen this. I mean, yeah, South Africa we lost, but I mean that can happen. But we have seen in England, in the same series, we actually bowled them out in like what, 60 overs in the third, was it the third or fourth test match? So this has happened. But yeah, I think coming back to your question, I think the result could have been different if there was a settled team. It just feels like they're just throwing players out there, and just to accommodate Rohit Sharma as captain. I think that has been the biggest problem.
Okay. Why do you think, like you already kind of mentioned it, but do you want to add any more point if I was asked a very specific question? Why do you think India lost, apart from being unsettled about because I think it should be a news when Rohit Sharma is fit, not when he's unfit, because that's the more the natural like situation. Like his it's the more natural situation. He's being injured or fat or just lots of chins.
So I think yeah, people will say that India had the opportunity to bat England out in the third innings, but 378 runs in England. I know the pitch was flat or whatever, but 370, 380 run. This is record. This is the world record chase. So you back the bowling team 9 out of 10 times to actually defend that score, and
They had good bowlers
especially
as well, genuine
and
bowlers.
good bowlers, right? So I think the one factor which led to this loss would be the bowling. I Yeah, I know a lot of batsmen failed, but eventually got the runs, right? We got 400 odd runs in the first inning, and in the second innings we did decently. I think we could have made more run, but if you see the scorecard, even if we had 500 runs, I think we still would have lost if we had bowled like this. I mean, it was
That's what
completely.
people are saying. That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Okay, I want to talk about Shreyas Iyer, and
Mhm.
I want to juxtapose that with, because people are saying now he has a lot of technical problems. Everybody knows he cannot face the short ball, so he's going to be out of the team now. Does that mean Rahane is going to come back? And does Rohit's continual absence and the status quo of being injured means Rahane will become the next captain of the next 5 years?
No, I don't think Rahane will come back because I this was the first decision the new management took to drop Rahane. So I don't think he's coming back. They might try new people. There are a lot of Indian, domestic players who are doing really
You
well.
mean new people who
Batsmen.
play the first match and they become the captain the first match, as you said in the last podcast?
Exactly.
Is that what
Debut,
you're
debut.
alluding to? Debut test, debut test. He's debuting. He's also captain. He's also wicket keep as a backup. He's also be concussion sub. Everything. Imagine
So
concussion
I
sub coming in, becoming the captain, because the captain gets like concussed. He's like, oh, he's also
yeah.
concussed. Like as and doesn't even debuts as a concussion sub. So they in between they're like, okay, let's just like give him the guard of honor or whatever, give him the cap as he's coming in. Yeah, sorry, go on.
So no, I think definitely I don't think Rahan is coming back. I think that would, and again, this
I mean,
is
I trust you. You were his agent for 10 years.
under this new management. I think this is the first big loss, right? Apart from, I mean, we lost in South Africa, but that was still under Ravi Shastri, and
Oh, Ravi Shastri was
so
there. I'm forgetting completely.
Ravi Shastri was there.
Okay,
So
okay.
I think no, sorry, no,
No,
not Ravi Shastri.
Rahul Dravid was there.
It was
Rahul
Rahul
Dravid was
Dravid.
there.
Yeah, it was Rahul Dravid.
Yes.
But I still don't think, because again I am stressing the point that we got enough runs. Yeah, there were problems in batting. Virat Kohli didn't score, and this guy Shreyas Iyer. I mean, completely. I mean, this is stupidity. You have a technical problem, you deal with it. You don't try to be an idiot and try to play a hook shot when they have fielders
They had
there,
three
like
people there. So
there
all
are three
places that were
people there,
covered. So he tried
and
to
you're
not
trying
hit
to.
in the air, but they had a fielder for that also. Like,
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
guy caught him.
That is stupidity. But even after those failures, even after batting failures in the second innings, because obviously
He
everyone
was doing the
can.
baseball, the baseball.
So I think yeah, we had enough runs. So this is completely on bowling, and we have seen this happening in under the new management, right, in South Africa, and again this. I think something is wrong. I don't know what is wrong. I don't have internal information from the team, but the same set of bowlers who won us in Australia, right, flattest of pitches, they took 20 wickets there, all backup bowlers, and now we have all our premier bowlers bowling in good conditions. I know it was a flat wicket, but today also there was overcast condition, and there is always enough in an English pitch to assist the bowlers, and they also took 10 wickets, right, for 280 runs. So we could have also done something, and the same set of bowlers actually bowled them out for again 270, 80 something runs in the first innings. So yeah, this one is completely on the bowlers, I think.
Yeah, you can't really complain. So do you think now India is regretting big time not playing the fifth test match when the iron was hot and England were sad and shit team and the Bazball came and destroyed them. Could have just played 1 year ago. This did not work out very
Definitely,
well for India. This did not work out
definitely.
very
I
well.
think I think at some level this is also karma. Because
Biting
uh,
in the ass.
because there is no way. I agree everything, like this was COVID and all that. So you could have just forfeited the match, right? We,
No, they were like 17 extra players there. That's what everybody knew. They
yeah,
could have easily played. If they wanted to play, they asked Ravi Shastri also this question, tough question, just now, right now when he's in the commentary team, right? And he said, you know what, if they had to play, they could have played. It was just that one of those situations. They were asked that
right.
you had a lot of extra players. I mean, if you really wanted to play, so he sort of said that if yes, if they really
I
had to
mean,
play, they could have played. It's not like they couldn't have played or anything.
so one thing about Ravi Shastri is that he always tries to be this nice person in front of everyone, the person who takes all the credit for everything, and so so that's
How
why.
is that a nice person? A nice person who takes credit. That new definition. I want to add it to the dictionary.
No, as a nice person, as he wants to look nice to everyone. He
Yeah, it's
wants
got his
to be
booming
the
voice.
because if you see, he takes credit for, he has taken credit for a lot of times for Pant's batting and everything, but he was the one who actually dropped him in the 36 not out first, sorry, all out first test. And so yeah, so I, whatever Ravi Shastri says, I don't, and because of him only the fifth test match
No,
got
I was
cancelled.
just saying that, even Ravi Shastri could not defend the fact that they could have played. That's what I was saying. They could
Exactly,
have easily played. They
there's
had a lot
no,
of players. They had a lot of
because it's
players.
all
Only Rohit was
politics.
again injured, by the way. Again injured under the flu or some problem or fatigued. Something was problem with Rohit, and that's why they didn't want to play. There was something wrong with
So
Rohit that day also.
no,
So
definitely.
well,
I think
Karma bites back.
there was whatever, and what, no matter what people say, it was mostly because of IPL, right? The IPL was restarting,
All it
and
was because of IPL,
it was
Baba. Because
IPL.
you cannot say most of it, because if IPL wasn't there, they would have played. It's
They
simple
would
as
have
that.
stayed, right? They could have rescheduled the test after maybe few days or something.
Yeah, yeah,
So
anything was possible. I mean, they were open. That those days were very open. I mean, this is very lucrative thing. Like this is looking at, I don't know, 50 million or something like that.
So, I think this is completely, justified. Like what happened to this team, because remember they dominated all 4 days, or not 4 days, the first 3 days, and then the fourth day they just came back. Right? They couldn't take. I mean, we just took 2 wickets actually, not even 3 wickets. One was a run out, and out of those 2 wickets, one was Crawley. I mean, who can, who
We didn't take any
like
wickets. One was run out. One was like shoulder arms, like bold, clean bold me, please. And then the one was zero. This guy Pope playing like you
Pope.
just like
So yeah, I think yeah, and people will say, okay, that drop catch mattered, but that was one drop catch, right? Where would have you taken other wickets? You could have created more chances, right?
okay, to be very
So
fair to Vihari, and I'm not one person to defend anybody, and I don't even care for Vihari much, because I myself stood in those positions. And if you, and even if you haven't stood in those positions, just watch what is happening. He was much closer than he should be, first of all. And I can
right,
tell you, when you're standing in those positions, right, ball just comes at you. I'm telling you, he's just either he's just gonna come and fucking hit you at that speed, and it's gonna stick, or it's gonna go out. Literally, he has no idea it's coming. Like it's complete muscle memory, and it just happens so quickly. And if you see that, it'll be so split second, it'll be probably one third of a second the ball hits. And because when it edges that a big edge, it's not fine edge, because when it's thick edge, you don't know which direction it's going to end up going. It just
yeah,
literally, the
yeah,
ball comes and just doesn't. I mean, if you see what Virat Kohli dropped, that was a straightforward catch
yeah.
that
Right,
Virat Kohli
exactly,
dropped over his head. It was coming. He can see it coming. It's like drooping on him, and he's just dropping on him, and he just drops it. And then also he's complaining. He's always complaining. Like it's never Virat Kohli's fault. But this guy, he was just literally standing too close. Also, I don't know why he was standing too close, because they must have asked him. And the ball comes and just hits him. He has no idea what the fuck is happening. It could have stuck or could have not stuck. So, but I do believe that catch would have been taken. It would have done something different, because Stokesy comes out, he plays the Stokesy and Bazball into two. He just completely tried to dominate. And then there was still more than 250 runs to go, right? So that would have definitely transformed. It doesn't mean that England would have lost, but when you chase such a high total and that catch gets dropped, and you're a person who's the most in form of your life of ever, then it does change the outcome of the game. And we're going to talk about
right,
Johnny
right.
Bailey I'm not going to talk about Joe Root because right now I think it's not enough to talk about Joe Root because what Joe Root has been doing. I just saw a stat. Somebody said he had 16 Test centuries in 2019 and Virat Kohli at 27, and now Virat Kohli has 27 and he has 28.
And
My
same thing is happening
goodness.
with Steve Smith also, right? All the
Steve Smith
out
is
of all
also
the
Steve Smith has a different problem. Australia did not play a single test match in the entire year. And that's why when he got run out or he got barbecued by Usman Khwaja in the first innings, and that's the only innings they could play because Sri Lanka just did not make any runs, he was filthy. He was absolutely filthy. He got completely barbecued. Just like Joe Root barbecued this guy, Alex Lees. It's like, it's
uh,
almost as if like, you know what? I'm the only one who's going to make centuries. Okay. I'm the only one who's going to make centuries. Who the fuck don't? We're going to drop you. Fucker Alex Lees. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, it's been pretty terrible for Kane. It's been terrible, but I mean this guy. So I said another podcast, but I want to talk about Johnny Bairstow is that he's a very great white ball player. Now he's been struggling for his place in the Test team. I mean, apart from like once this guy again we've forgotten his name. We're talking about him, Butler. Josh
yeah,
Butler finally left the Test team and now he's become the one-day captain and T20 captain. So he's obviously going to concentrate there, but he kept fighting for his like spot. And here we are talking about people who are retiring from Test cricket. Amir can come back after 5 6 years from like the ban, retiring for Test cricket. Everybody doesn't want to play Test cricket, and this guy's been fighting. And it's not like he plays Test. He's Pujara. He's not. He gets bought for like 50 lakhs. This guy gets tens and tons of money, but still he
right,
has value for Test cricket. And now when he performs well, right, I just feel so vindicated. It just feels beautiful. I mean, it is feeling
exactly.
beautiful. He's made four centuries in the five innings, and the only innings he did not make a century because the match was already over. He was 71 not out. They just won. Like, it's just,
Yeah,
I mean, the way he's backing, he's just standing there. He used to get clean bowled after clean bowled and clean bowled. People like Johnny Bairstow, you're not a Test player. You can't get clean bowled so much. Now he's just cleaning bowling everybody. He is, I mean, this is lethal form, man. This is so lethal. I can't even like. I remember once Kalis had this form, once Dravid, I mean, but the Dravid did not score very quickly, right? I remember once Yusuf, Johanna or Muhammad Yusuf, whatever his name is, had this form, but nobody has scored at this level. This is like Adam Gilchrist, marrying Matthew Hayden and then becoming one person, and that's Johnny Bairstow with the ginger hair. It's just absolutely mesmerizing. And that one first century that he made that time, right? When he completely transformed the match, he was scoring like 14, 15 runs an over or something against New Zealand that match. My
yeah.
God. And I talked to you about it. It's like if any Indian person would have done it, would have catapulted him to like above Dhoni or something. Oh, nobody's above Dhoni. I know. Just calm down. Just calm down. You fake statistics. Every time Pant scores, I've been told that you put on Twitter how amazing Dhoni is. I've been told, I've been hearing this. This is happening.
and and and
So
and
don't
someone
get distracted with Dhoni. We're talking about based only. Go on.
someone
If you want
posted
to.
a tweet today that no, Dhoni has as a captain defend always defended scores more than 150 plus. I don't know where it is coming from because always I remember that under Dhoni we never used to take wickets. So I don't know like where is that start coming from. I mean I don't know. I didn't even have that time to check. So okay, yeah, go back to Bairstow.
Johnny Bairstow, man, just talk about this guy. I mean, how phenomenal has it been? And doesn't it feel good that somebody actually wants to play Test cricket, even if he can make so much money in one day cricket? Because he's a great one day T20 batsman. And he comes back and he does this. I mean, I did not know Johnny Bairstow had already played more than 80 matches. And his averaging was like 33 or something. And suddenly he just destroys everybody, like completely, like the aura.
Yeah, I think England needed Johnny Bairstow because Root was doing great all the time, but there was no one else with him, right? And all these four matches, the one constant is that Bairstow is making runs, and Root has also, apart from one match where Stokes was there, I think Bairstow and Root both have been the backbone of their batting lineup, and yeah, I mean it's beautiful, and it's also very good for Test cricket because you very few countries actually take Test cricket seriously, and now a developed country like I mean they always love cricket. English crowd always love cricket, but now since he's playing like this, he also brings newer younger crowd to Test cricket. They also get interested because they are doing things which were unheard of, right? They're winning Test matches. They're chasing unimaginable score, destroying bowling. So this is very good, and uh, this is the same England which lost a series in West Indies. No one loses a series in West Indies apart from Bangladesh. So,
including West Indies.
so this is definitely very very good for Test cricket. We need, and especially after Kohli's downfall, because he was the Test icon, right? For us, for everyone, for like 2 3 years back. So now Johnny Besto playing like this, Rishabh Pant, and this new approach will bring a lot of new people, a lot of new audience to Test cricket, and this will be like very very good for this format.
All right, let's finish with this thing. The English champions team, the great champions who are not actually still not the English champions, but Liverpool, they're called mentality monsters. Do you think I'm
Mm.
jumping the gun if I'm calling English team after these four amazing, incredible victories, chasing and everything? Can we call them mentality monster, or this is too early, or English gonna come back, become the same shit team they've been for the last 2 decades and forever?
So again, I think too early, because the same thing happened with us also when we. I mean, same thing happened. It's in this era, everything gets hyped up and all that. We still have to remember that they have drawn the series. They have not even won the series if we count
But
the whole series.
they see, but that is not. That's not on them. That's on the old regime.
Old
That's on the
regime, I
root
can
regime.
understand,
There was like
but
Silverstone
see,
regime.
no, I completely agree. But what we have seen so far, all these wins have come under English, conditions, the new conditions they have been, and the bowl. And I don't know, like I am not technically sound enough to talk about it, but the Duke's ball, oh my God, such a horrible shit show it has been. That ball gets changed every 10 overs. I don't know, like
Yes,
how,
I think they had an
what.
average of 21 overs or something. On average, maximum lasted 21 overs on average.
So there are a lot of factors which are playing into it. There are a lot of things. So it is too early. We'll see, because we'll
But
see when
these
they
are good
do.
conditions. In fact, they were more Aussie conditions, that you get as a
Exactly.
batsman. Because they're saying if Steven Smith and all these people come in Labuschagne and they give them these pitches, they're going to make double hundreds. They're going to fucking destroy them. So,
So no, exactly. That's why I'm saying this. That's why I'm saying this, that we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, they defeated the big two teams, right? The champions and the runners up. But things have changed dramatically in last 2 years. For New Zealand, their batting has actually severely gone down because of Williamson's form. Our batting has severely gone down.
yeah, and Ross had retired. I think one of the other legends
Ross
also, not Latham is still there, right? So somebody had
Latham
retired at
is
the
Ross Taylor,
Watling had retired. Yeah.
BJ Watling has retired. So
Mhm.
yeah, he played the last match in the Test Championship final. So things have changed. So we'll still have to see when they maybe tour Asia. They will tour Asia. I think they'll be going to Pakistan. So there'll be.
Pakistan is not somewhere you can be concerned about. All you have to make sure is somehow don't draw the matches, if that's possible
Yeah,
at all.
we don't know like what the
Joe Root will
conditions.
make triple centuries there. Johnny
Best
Bairstow will
will.
say, "Send me to open so I can make a triple hundred with these bastards." I-
So yeah, let's wait and watch, because this is all these four matches are too close together. So the conditions are same. The Duke's ball has been
But
the same.
something has changed in the mind, right? It's not. It's like you can
Definitely.
talk about all those things that are obviously important and they cannot be ruled out. But all these things have been there forever, and that's how they lost. They won one match out of 17, and I think 10 or 11 they have played in those English conditions. But now
So
they it's
again,
the
I
mentality.
think the
Hmm.
I think the test will come when we speak about our captains also, that when the chips are down. So with the things will come when the chips are actually down. When because when in the first innings, right? Bairstow was also playing really slow, and then whatever happened
Then
between
Kohli
him
had to
and
do that, right? You
Virat.
don't really score any runs, and then you rile the opposition player. That too, Johnny Bairstow, the Yorkshireman. He's like, I have had it. After that, he was striking at 150 or something. It was gone crazy. He had like 13
Yeah,
runs of 63, striking at like, I think Virendra Sehwag actually roasted Virat Kohli. He said this guy was
yeah.
striking at minus 20 strike rate, and then you fucking say shit to him, and then he scores at like plus 200.
But yeah, I
So,
mean, I know that people roasted him, but that could have also brought the downfall of him, because if you see after that altercation, people forget he played three balls. He missed
Hmm.
not three balls, two balls. He missed all the two balls. He was trying to hit, and the ball swung away. And he could have taken easily taken the edge and be, oh, what great Virat Kohli, like he
Yeah,
got
yeah,
out
yeah,
the wicket.
that's true.
So
But I
that's
just feel,
just overreaction.
that, but on average, on a, like on percentages, I feel like I think Johnny Bairstow is not the right kind of person you're gonna rile up. He's not gonna get these guys are Yorkshiremen. You know what is happening with Yorkshire, right? These guys fucking berate people. They don't give a shit. They've been charged for all racism and all that shit. They goad people. Okay, they are the biggest bullies. So he's not gonna get bullied by this thing. And Johnny Bairstow is not one of them. So I think he got him fired up. And once you hit one shot, right, and then you're like, okay,
Right,
and he's in good form. He was like, okay, I've got it. And I think did not help at all. That did not help out at
right.
all. But it's not, again, you can't blame it on Virat Kohli. But why not blame on Virat Kohli? Because everything we should blame on Virat Kohli, because nothing is Virat Kohli's fault. Okay, we're gonna wrap up this thing. Anything else you want to say? Because now T20 and how many T20s? Three T20 and three ODIs are happening, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
When we stop waiting for Virat Kohli to make 100, because every single time it's like people keep saying, "Oh, it's about time, it's about time, it's about time," and I've been hearing this thing. Oh my god, it's about time. This time it's going. Oh my god, just stop saying it anymore. It just happened like fucking almost 3 years, man. People keep saying this stuff. Like people have been waiting for his next century. Like just
No,
forget about.
I think he'll make a century in the one days. I because it's
Another
England.
one of those nonsense. You told me this offline as well. Just kill
No,
me.
because it's England. The pitches will be flat. He'll be coming.
His mind is flat.
Yeah, but I just feel that this ODI is the correct. Uh, his ODI is basically his format, right? That's how
He
actually
played a lot of ODIs in
cemented.
between. He's not doing anything jack shit. So yeah,
No,
I
he
don't want
didn't
to know.
play that many ODIs. And yeah, I mean in South Africa he played, but I just
Baba,
feel
his
that this
mind
is
is fucked up. But right now, what I want him to score 100 and get this fucking elephant off his back, because his monkey has been sitting on his back. It's been annoying him, because
right.
once he makes that 100, after that, whatever he'll do, he'll play his own game. Because by
No,
the way,
I
also in
think
the second innings got out because he got an absolute Jaffa. Like that
yeah,
was an
yeah,
absolute. But in first innings, who do you to blame? What the fuck are you doing? I mean, he's not even deciding like where to remove his bat, move his bat. He just completely plays it on. That's just dumb. That was almost as dumb as Crawley's situation. And
so that's
people have
so
been joking about this thing on Crick Info. I want to end with this thing. People have been fucking joking about this thing, and I made another joke on this thing, and I just remember I had completely forgotten about it. Somebody joked that people say Umar Akmal. I think it was some Pakistani batsman. People say like one day Umar Akmal will become like Virat Kohli, and this is the only we waited long enough that Virat Kohli actually became Umar Akmal. And this is bad. I'm telling you, this is bad. And I made another joke, and which is also true. When Unmukh Chand came after winning the World Cup, Junior World Cup, just like Virat Kohli, people said like he's going to become the next Virat Kohli. Only we waited long enough that Virat Kohli actually became Unmukh Chand. That's what's happening. And Virat Kohli's Instagram followers keep moving up, keep moving up, keep moving up. Because these fucking TGC bastards, they said he had 150 followers, million followers. And I remembered when I was making my notes, my article, he had 198. So he could not have gone
100.
back to 150. And I checked it, and it had gone to 205 already. And my article was published like a week ago, right, Bikram?
Yeah, yeah,
What the fuck, man? Like this guy just keeps making more and more money. This is what Simon Jordan says. We always reward mediocrity, and that's what I fucking hate about everything. We keep rewarding mediocrity. We just keep paying more and more money. And he talks about obviously football and everything, but same is getting true for cricket as well. So that was my rant. Finish it up. We're gonna wrap this up. This is 28 minutes of lots of nonsense. I liked it though. I liked it. I liked it. It's nice and
yeah.
warm.
Yeah, I think yeah, in T20s it's a different format, and I think the first match some of the test players are not available like Pant
Now you'll
and
tell me like
Kohli.
the first one day also people not play. So when he gets two one days, there is no continuity. How is that help? It's gonna help.
No, no, only the first ODI. Sorry, first T20 because T20 is just on seventh, right? Today's fifth, so there's not enough time for the test players to switch on, switch off, whatever it is.
They're
So
already
yeah, I
switched
think
off. Baba. They need to switch on now. They've been switched off for the last 2 days. And today entire day was done because thanks to Johnny Bairstow and other Johnny, these guys just probably played like 12 overs and just made 398 runs.
yeah,
Johnny
yeah,
wanted to play more. He's like, can we just add some penalty runs so I can make 1,200?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Just add something. Just add it. The crowd is here. Let's entertain them, bastards.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. Test now. I think tests will take a backseat from now on. There are not many test matches because this is the T20 World Cup year. So I think the next big test match for India at least is next year now when in Feb when Australia comes over
Yeah, they're
for four
preparing for
test
India.
matches.
They're saying they've been preparing for India against Sri Lanka, playing two matches. Amazing
So
stuff.
now I think the things have completely reversed. Now both the big teams, Australia and England, they will have a point to prove to come to India and beat them, because that will be their final frontier kind of thing. Because Australia have been also great, right? They are the number one team right now, if I'm not wrong, and they have been winning everywhere. So I think, yeah, India will be completely. They'll be completely prepared. I think. Who's the spinner? Australian spinner. I keep forgetting his name.
Sampa or the big
No,
guy?
no, big guy.
Oh, the goat.
The goat.
Oh yeah,
What's his name?
my brain is sorry because I was thinking of something else completely. Oh yeah, okay, we got it, we got it.
Yeah, we understood. So I think I've heard rumors that he's going for hair therapy, sorry, hair transplantation. So he can not become bald, because people are saying that Rishabh Pant always hits bald bowlers. So so, so there have been a lot of rumors flying around. So yeah, I think now this was the biggest test match for
Nathan
the
Lyon.
Nathan Lyon, right? So yeah, I mean, now let's see what happens in T20s, because this is the T20 year, and let's see who is the captain for the first
All right.
for the
I'm
first.
going to close this podcast on saying if Virat Kohli gets to around 74, 76, something like that, no matter what am I doing, am I having a fucking threesome? I will drop it and I'll call Bikram. We're going to do a live fucking podcast and laugh when he gets out of 97, right on the podcast. Still naked, not wearing any clothes. Or if I'm wearing clothes, I remove my clothes just like Dada did, right? In one of the matches. Just be super, super happy. Finally, the 17 people who watch our podcast will be happy, and 17 will become 22 after that podcast getting viral because we were all naked. I'm telling you, I will be here. And I'm serious also, Bikram. We need to do it because it's been forever. It's been forever.
Yeah,
If
we'll
he
do it.
makes
We'll
it,
do
we
it.
better be doing live. We'll remember that fucking podcast. And fucking 3 years, motherfucker did not score a century. And then he got on 97 on our podcast. When we left on like a complete threesome, that too with some movie stars. And now I'm just making it up. All right. We're going to wrap this up. This was me, Johnny and Joe's bastard son. Very proud Yorkshireman. And this is Bikram, Rahane's agent. And he already told us that he's not coming back. And we better fucking believe that because he gets money from him. If he's saying no, he's not coming back. Okay, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time when not Dhoni, when Kohli makes a century. It's more mythical stuff. It's more unicorn stuff, but it can happen. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Respect.